This bully Sky News reporter bullied a 13-year-old gamer. She literally diminished its accomplishment and just make it feel like it's nothing. But you know, the internet did what they normally do, and in a split seconds came for her and diminished her life.
Shot first.
After working so hard to achieving something in our lives, the last thing we'd want is for someone to just come around and shit on that accomplishment. But that's exactly what this Sky News reporter did. When this 13-year-old gamer called Willis beat Tetris, a game that has been in existence for 34 years, with no human being able to defeat that game.
Oh my god!
Do you know how many times I played Tetris? And before you know it, this game is going and is out. And I know there are millions and one people out there like me who did so much trying to defeat this game, but all to no avail. And now this young 13-year-old has avenged all of our loss, you know. He did what a lot of people would call a great accomplishment. I mean, that's the only way to put it. This guy accomplished what so many people worked so hard to accomplish in their life and they were not able to. This guy made a whole lot of people feel, you know what, when you put your mind to something, just maybe you can do it. And why the whole world, I mean, like the internet was celebrating, people were happy, they were joyous for this young man, for this accomplishment. There's just one person that find this accomplishment appalling, that think this young man's accomplishment is nothing. I imagine playing Tetris. Going from what I know about it, games take a lot of concentration. You have to dedicate time, discipline, mental energy to be able to play game. It requires so much. And for this lady,
Now, Tetris has long been touted as a video game that just can't be beaten because it just goes on and on.
Oh my god! Oh.
Well, 13-year-old American Willis Gibson has technically proven that wrong. He beat the original Nintendo version of the game by reaching such a high level that the coding froze. That left the program unable to generate any more falling blocks. As a mother, I would just say step away from the screen, go outside, get some fresh air. Beating Tetris is not a life goal. Speaking of fresh air, let's get a look at the weather.
can you imagine? Wow. This lady said winning Tetris is not a lifelong goal. This young man needs to go outside and touch the grass. Wow. That's so sad though, because imagine how this lady would treat her own kids. I mean, imagine if she has kids, how does she treat her own children's accomplishments? If she can go on national TV to say this about someone else's child, one, you barely know anything about this kid. Two, whatever you say on news is someone else wrote it. All you need to do is just stand there and read this shit out. But the 1 minute, the 1 second that you got to put your own little input, it has to be to put other people down. It's disappointing though. It's disappointing that this is the best that she can say. I mean, there are also other news channels that felt like this was a great accomplishment. I mean, like, listen to these people.
All right, it's time for a flashback. Remember Tetris? You know, the classic video game where you try to stack the falling blocks before they reach the top of the screen. You see it right there. Well, it was created back in 1984, and for decades it was considered unbeatable, but that's not the case anymore. And why? Well, a 13-year-old Willis Gibson made it further than in the game, even than the developers anticipated. He quite literally crashed the code, and our Valerie Castro is here with an absolute blockbuster of a story. Valerie, how did he do it?
Well, Zinkley, what's maybe even more incredible that the fact that he beat this game is his reaction when he did it. You would have thought he won the lottery, but crashing Tetris took more than just luck.
They were able to celebrate with the ball, because this is not something you just write off or you shit down on just to make yourself feel good. But hey, like I said, the internet did not play. They came for her in the true fashion. One of the first things that somebody said online was, this is the same woman that is celebrating a darts player.
Luke the Nuke!
What's a dot? People throwing shit on a board, an indoor game. So why don't you tell that person to go out and touch the grass? It's disappointing though. It's very, very disappointing. She had to invest an energy into trying to pull somebody else down. I mean, like, this is a 13-year-old for crying out loud. And from all indication, from everything we heard, this dude go outside. That's one thing. Also, he probably go to school, which means he must go outside to go to school.
Exactly.
So, and if he can accomplish something no one has ever accomplished, that means this boy is going to Guinness Book of Records. That right there is a path to a lifelong goal. I doubt you that you are talking in the Guinness Book of Records. For what? For talking shit over other people. For talking down other people. Please. But I like the fact that the internet came from. Like, let's just read some of what the internet said. The first person said, Becky Frost, that's the person, she said, beating Tetris is not a lifelong goal. Yeah. For you, Sandra, how many world records had you set at 13-year-old? What a small-minded smug and a horrible way to belittle this kid's achievement. As a mother, I'll be super fucking proud. This took skill and determination. Brilliant job. That's just what it is, bro. Like, it takes so much determination to be able to achieve this goal, and for this guy to be that dedicated to set a goal that, I'm going to get to the end of this game, and he's able to accomplish it. That on its own is something worth celebrating. In this world where people can barely sit still and be dedicated to anything, this young guy was able to dedicate himself to something. He set a goal and he achieved it, bro. That's what celebrates. I don't know what this lady is saying. I feel like I said she's a bully. I think she's just bitter about something and she's taking it out on this young man. That's just all I can say, because this doesn't even make any sense. This don't make one single sense. That you sit there reading what someone else wrote, and the only time you're allowed to add your own opinion, you have to F it up. What a loser. This person said, as a dad, I can safely tell you, if kids beat an unbeatable game and set a world record at 13, I'll be incredibly proud. That comment was so outdated and in such poor taste to basically push down on a child. I'm almost lost for words. How is this reporting the news? Someone else said, what I find funny is nobody tells people who binge watch Netflix to go outside. This narrative is so boring now. I ran 5K yesterday and celebrated with a section on Resident Evil 4, which is shocking because you can't play video games and go outside. Yes. When you play video game, you are only allowed to stay indoor. People that play video game don't go outside. Nope. This person said, what this young man accomplished is incredible. Hard to pull off. Skill-wise, in reaction time, ability to control anxiety, and sheer mechanical skill. No one has done it prior in over 30 years. And she made this tired, dated joke. Disappointing to still be here in society-wise. Exactly. Someone else said, imagine doing something so impressive it deemed worthy of being on Sky News, only for the presenter at the end to laugh at you and tell you to go outside. Embarrassing behavior, honestly. That's true. And there's someone that said, imagine having to talk down about a little kid just to make yourself feel better. Exactly, because this is a shameful thing. But if you look at this situation, yes, advising the kid to go outside and play, and I mean, you can say it without being condescending. You can say it in a more motherly, advising way, not putting down this young man. It wouldn't make any sense for him to be locked in there and play game all day, all night, not seeing the sun. No, that would be wrong also. But the way and manner at which she said it, oh my god, that's so disappointing. That's disappointing. But the truth is this. Let's look at it from the other angle, that she said playing Tetris is not a lifelong goal. Please don't ever say that again. That's it. That's such a very, very, very stupid statement coming from a very myopic point of your view. Your mind is so myopic, you can't think beyond the little space that you are of the dot game that you love to watch. Because there are tons of people on social media, on YouTube right now, that all they do is play game and they make tons of money.
Are you sure?
They make a living, they make a life out of it. That's one way to look at it. The other way is this young man can turn around and be a game creator because he already established himself as someone that is willing to dedicate himself to something. So which means if he go on with life with this kind of determination, the sky is the limit. And he will have gotten his discipline from playing game. And just to even imagine, there was this guy that used to play PS in his house and then turn around and became a car racer. Yeah. So in contrast to what this lady said, there's a young man called Juan, right? He went from playing Gran Turismo to real life racer. Started off like this young man just playing game in his room, but then the opportunity presented itself to him. Like they said, a gamer went behind the wheel.
He had no previous motorsport experience, having played sim racing video game instead. Can you hear that?
People can go from playing indoor games and applying that skill and wisdom into real life experience, into real life events. But on a lighter note, this guy was able to meet the creator of the game, which is an accomplishment on itself.
Those original programmers are Alexei Pajitnov and Hank Rogers. Pajitnov created the game back in 1984. Rogers later helped bring it to the masses.
Of course, his reaction is great. So that's like the epic, how can I say, the epic achievement. And but what it took for him to get there, I mean, was incredible determination.
Determination that we thought was worthy of a big surprise.
Yeah, I'm Alexei Pajitnov. I'm creator of Tetris, and congrats for you guys. You did the program which kind of existed for many years and played by 100 millions of people. That's quite a achievement, I would say.
Thank you.
My name is Hank Rogers. I am the guy who went to the Soviet Union in 1989 and met Alexei to bring Tetris to the rest of the world. What you've done is an amazing, amazing achievement.
Now that you've crashed this game, do you think you're going to keep playing Tetris?
I'm going to keep playing it because the competitive side of Tetris in tournaments is really cool.
But there is someone who's not around to watch him play. Willis's father recently passed away, so he says this win is for him.
I thought it'd be something pretty cool to dedicate it to him. He was always very supportive, and I think he'd be proud.
Not too many 13-year-old kids will have the opportunity to meet people that created the game they are playing. So this is a life-changing moment for this young man, and it should be celebrated. I'm happy that the internet set this straight. They set her in the right path. They made sure they point out her flaws and mistakes. That's why I feel. I hope she's learned something from this, and I'm very proud of this young man because now he's already making a path for himself. He's made a name for himself. He's probably be in Guinness Book of Record. More people will reach out to this young man because now this guy has shown he can be dedicated to something, and I hope more opportunity comes his way. Guys, what do you think? Do you think this news anchor was okay? What she said, she didn't make any mistake? It was just people just took it the wrong way? Or you think this young man's accomplishment is worthy of celebrating? I think his accomplishment is very, very worthy of celebrating, and we should never take away from what he has achieved. And the fact that this accomplishment, he said, is dedicated to his father's memory even makes it more interesting for me. Anyway, guys, go into the comment section, tell me what you think. And if you are new to this channel, all you can do for me is subscribe. Click the notification bell so you don't miss my future update. And on that note, I say thank you once again for joining me on Short Burst. Until I see you again, peace.